Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Fresh Out the Blocks Play City Mist from Son of Oak Games. I am the Game Master, Johananon.
It's me, Casualty CDG. Happy to be reprising my role as Tim, the Toll Road Supervisor, but also the mythos of the Troll King.
And
is it me or you?
I don't know. I was just going to take it. I was like, I'm
Go,
just committed.
go.
Yeah, cool. Now it's decided. I'm first, Aaron Baumier. Also known out there as Aaron Dippity-Doo, game designer with Adventure Sling Productions and co-host of the Adventure Sling podcast, coming back tonight as Ellen Ketch. With it's still kind of secret, so...
Hello, everybody. It is your friendly neighborhood goblin Katie, aka Katie Downey. I am the executive manager for Jasper's Game Day and to Take This Ambassador, as well as a TTRPG streamer and construction geek. I will be playing Bernadine tonight, who has the mythos of Baba Yaga.
And hello everybody, I am Michael Powell. You can find me all over the internets on my social media, which is at usually Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. And I am playing your precocious 12-year-old little girl who knows more than she should know, probably. And her mythos is, probably know by now, Apocalypse.
Pretty heavy metal, dog. Where we last left off, the crew had infiltrated the Museum of Natural History downtown, pursuing a lead, trying to see where these artifacts are going and what they're doing with it. This led to a lot of shenanigans, mostly involving you dealing with Dr. Melissa Calnelian Stone. That name is courtesy of Avenging Penguin. The middle one, that is. The Rift of Medusa, who was attempting to thwart your investigation. You met another character that was also robbing the facility named Allie. And you were able to get a lot of evidence, a lot of files out of her cabinet that detail kind of some interesting stuff about what was going on. You found files on yourselves, you found files on various schools throughout the city, but you honed in on your own Oceanside Middle School. You stole the filing cabinet, you ran away with it, and you started going through things. You discovered that everybody has a list of artifacts that is associated with them. And when you start cross-referencing that, it's kind of weird. But the only people who have check marks are with artifacts that worked were Gary and Katie. They didn't find one for Ellen, Maxine, Ellen or Maxine. Yeah. So I do forget what the artifact the Goblin Katie has is, though.
Is it the mortar and pestle?
No. It was something I had asked you. Like, hey.
Oh, the pen.
Oh, yeah,
The
it's the
pen.
pen. Yeah.
That looks like. Let me see if I can do this.
There you go. Yeah, she physically has one. It is a pin that depicts the House of Baba Yaga. That was her item that they tried on her, and it worked. There were many failures in that testing, but in order to figure out what's really going on, figure out more, it seems that you need to go to the school itself. But you're in Ellen's apartment. That's where we left off. Before we get to that, though, Tim.
So during this moment in time, Tim's sitting down on the couch and kind of zoned out, lost in his own thoughts. And he begins an inner monologue as, something went wrong back on that day. We should never have touched that damn book. Lost friends, weird powers. Now Maxine's back. I don't know what to make of it, but I know it all goes back to this damn school. I always hated school. This is just icing on the cake. I don't want to go back to this damn school, but there's no way to stop all this. How does Allie fit into the puzzle? 10 years later? More powers. Is it something in the water? It's gotta be something in the water. And then I go through a bunch of different montages of me drinking at the water fountain at school. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the water. Maybe it was the milks at lunch. And I'm thinking about the different things that could have caused us to go down this path and what we could have avoided other than the book. Surely it's not the book. And then I snap back to and have a realization. I look around at my friends, and we're all four in this room, right?
No.
Just three of us?
Just the three of you. Katie's not in the room.
I feel like we're going to have to go back to that school, and we're going to need all four of us to do it. Whatever we started, we need to stop.
Really quick question, out of character. I just want to know, when you mentioned milk, does Oceanside Middle School have the milk cartons or the bags of milk?
Oh, milk cartons.
Yeah, the cartons.
Canadian.
The white one, the purple one, and then the chocolate one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It might be City of Mist, but this is still America.
Hey, I had bag milk at my middle school, and I'm American.
No way, that's what's up.
Really?
Nice.
Our school only had bagged milk for breakfast, but if it was lunch, you got the carton milk.
I don't remember seeing
I don't
that.
know.
We always did.
I don't know.
Yeah, bag milk is a morning thing. That's fair. So yeah, you guys are all in the apartment. You investigated all of this stuff. What's your next move?
Well, I remember previously we left off, Max had laid out all the files pretty much on the floor of the apartment. Some of them maybe, taped up on the walls. Kind of, Charlie, Kelly, Always Sunny kind of conspiracy theory-ish kind of way. And finished giving her a little presentation about, her coming back from pretty much multiple timelines, and basically she's here to save the world and also make sure we survive.
Yeah, for sure. But what are you guys doing now?
So we know that the school has been targeted for some time.
Yes. Yeah, there's records going all the way back to before your time, after your time. It doesn't seem like it's being targeted. It seems like it's being used.
Being used.
What year? I'm just curious. What year?
We'll say 10 years before you.
Okay. In the 70s.
But as I made up that number on the spot, it's not very relevant.
Okay, because I was looking up, when was the atomic bomb built?
Not the 70s.
The 40s. No.
Maybe we should have Bernie meet us over there. You know we're gonna have to go in that school and poke around. We need answers.
If you attempt to
that's a good
communicate
idea.
with Bernie, her communications got dark.
I sent her a text, so hopefully she reads it and meets us there. I don't really like calling people. Maybe I'll send her another text. 2 texts ought to do the trick.
I actually tried to call her.
Nah, shoot the voicemail.
Okay, yeah. Straight to voicemail. Don't bother with the text.
Yeah, she didn't text back, but she probably saw it. Let's head to the school.
Is it daytime or nighttime right now?
It is nighttime.
Time.
So, what's our plan here? We're gonna break into this one too. Maybe check some records in the principal's office. Find your record, Tim. I'm sure they've still kept him.
I bet that one's up on the wall. I bet that's framed.
It's gotta be.
Well, I think wherever we got that book's the best place to start looking for answers. Maybe we're not the only group to come across the book. Maybe it's there on purpose so that people will keep stumbling across it. Maybe we just thought we had enough.
Question: is there a room at the school where, like, at least back in the day, we like no students were allowed to go into?
So there were parts of the school where you weren't supposed to go. Yeah.
Teacher's lounge.
Yeah, it's like the teacher's lounge, storage facility, stuff like
The
that.
opposite locker room.
The opposite. Yeah, the opposite locker room. Yeah, that's fair.
You can't go in the opposite locker room. That was banned.
Band.
Well, like I said, like, is there like someplace like really really forbidden? Like, there's always like for some reason a concentration of like teachers or adults that's like, if we're even near the area, they're like,
So all the places
Wow.
that I just said, pretty much, it's not. There's not one spot that's like, oh, this is like the secret wing. You know, like nothing stands out like that. Pretty much, it's mostly you guys were allowed to go everywhere that wasn't employees only, essentially.
okay. Oh, Max looks at her friends, goes, well, honestly, really the first place we should probably look would be the principal's office.
We might as well try there. See what we can find.
The administration
Good idea.
office, at least. Yeah.
You know, you can always find some good junk in the lost and found.
True. I remember she looked at okay. She looks out down at her wrist, goes, yeah, I remember scrunchie I left there. Remember, I think I gave it to one of y'all.
Don't look at me. I started balding in 6th grade.
Yeah, that was also the same room where you found the page that you read from.
And what, we should probably also check the library. Isn't that where we found that book?
Yeah, that's where the last found was.
That's my guess. Books belong in libraries. That much I know.
It's
Yep.
a good start.
All right, let's try to get Bernie and let's all go down there.
Maybe she's already there. Maybe she saw my text and headed that way. Maybe that's why she turned her phone off, because we're the ones who are late.
It's entirely fair. Do you leave?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Or whose car are you taking? Or are you taking a car at all? Just tell me how you get there.
How close is your apartment to the school?
I mean, you could walk. It'd just be a really long walk.
I say that almost explicitly. We could walk, but it's like, you know.
You can also technically take a boat because Oceanside is near the coast. So, I'm just throwing your options out there.
What? Hey guys, remember that little corner store about a couple blocks away from school? I mean, what if we park there and then walk the rest of the way?
Hey, that's a good idea. Plus, that place has those shakes that I like.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Those, if that store is still around.
Oh yeah, it's still there. I go by there
Okay.
every Thursday.
You still have the little
Yeah,
juice barrels?
Yeah, and Miss Cassie still works there too.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
that's true.
Yeah, I swear she's got to be like 95 now because she was like 70 when we were kids. I don't know how she does it. She still looks the same and sounds the same.
Wow.
She's still kicking.
It's impressive. Yeah, I mean, I remember
The
when.
immortal Cassie, man.
Sorry, so I missed the part. What are you guys taking to get there?
We're probably gonna drive and park at the gas station. That
Okay.
is the spot that we went to as kids.
And that's Gary's car.
Sure, yeah, let's haul ass in my car.
All right.
Very inconspicuously hauling ass loudly across town.
I mean, if Gary's a regular there, it wouldn't be out of place.
The next scene is you guys pulling up to the gas station. You guys are there. Katie. So the last we saw you, you were arguing with the security guard. He went inside to get the professor. And then when they returned, you were gone. You received a call from your eldest sister, Starshaya. Apparently, the Coven came calling the cult. They took your younger sister away. They said it was time for her to be of use.
Do you know where they took her?
Starshaya was able to glean this information for you. I'm going to give you a freebie. They are
Free
taking
stuff.
her to, for some reason, Oceanshine Middle School.
Middle school.
Yeah. I really stumbled over those words.
Any idea why?
You asking your sister?
Yes.
I don't like the way they said make her of use. It felt like goodbye. I know that we're supposed to have faith, but there's something going on, sister. There's something going on with these people.
I'm feeling that too, sister. Do you have someplace you can go away from the house?
Of course.
Go there. I'm gonna go get our sister.
Okay. You can find me in the usual way.
I will talk to you later, sister.
She'll hang up. And then you turned your phone off, I presume, so you can go do stuff.
Yes, because I do not want the cult tracking me.
Yeah, I'm just kind of playing off of what you were saying earlier about your location being secret, so it just kind of worked very well in this moment. Yeah, getting you guys to the same place wasn't going to be too difficult, so. All right.
I'll make my way to the school. Would I pass that corner store
Yes.
and see Tim's car?
It is a time. I was gonna say because it's Tim's car. Tim's car, is kind of
Stands out a
recognizable.
Yeah.
I felt like that was just an easy intro there.
Yeah.
1992 white Mustang hatchback with peeling blue tint.
So beautiful.
It's a
I-
gem.
Seeing his car, I pull in and park there as well.
You can see
And
the three of them walking out of the grocery store or out of the convenience store with red juice barrels.
Your car is losing resale value just being parked so close to mine. I shout as I come out the front doors.
it probably is. When's the last time you got that thing washed?
I don't have to wash it. It's not a person. It's not a dog. It's a car. It stays outside. Why would you wash it?
So that it doesn't rust?
That seems like a waste of water. Here, I got you a drink. I thought you might meet us here. Well, actually, I thought you might meet us at the junior high. And I give you just a barrel of absolutely, like, just blue and red, what's the word? Frosty?
Slushy.
Freezy? Slushy? Mm-hmm. Just a barrel of a slushy.
Dang.
These are on sale, 4 for $1.
Wonder why.
Can't beat a good deal.
True.
I also got
Here's-
cheese sticks in my pocket, but these are from yesterday, so they're a little sweaty, but let me know if you're hungry.
What are you all doing here?
Max is like sipping on her slushing and looks up and goes, probably getting, diabetes, but didn't you get the Tim's text?
No, my phone's been off.
Want me to help you turn it on? You just have to hold the button on the side right there.
No, actually, I'm trying to fly below the radar. What are you doing here?
We were going to park here and then hoof it to the school.
That's very coincidentally perfect.
Why, what are you doing here? I thought you came here to meet us. If you didn't come here to meet us, then you just craving a slushie or what?
No, I was actually on my way to the school, and then I saw your car. Seemed kind of perfect.
On the way to the school! I don't know if I told you, but that's where we're gonna go. We parked here and we were gonna hoof it to the school from here. Oh, that's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You,
Surprise, surprise. Tim actually wants to break into school.
Oh, yeah, I know all the best places to break in. You know how many times I slipped out of that building?
Yes, I do. I was usually with you.
Takes two to boost over and get with those top windows.
They weren't easy. I think we're walking into a trap, by the way.
You know,
We are.
we were going through these records, and all of these records of all of these people, they all go back to the school. So I feel like maybe it was always a trap, or a net, or a source, or something.
It's actually one of the most profound things I've heard you say in a while.
This is more of an
Everything is connected.
immediate threat.
Like maybe
They,
it's a net, and we're just the bugs. You know what I mean?
They've taken one of my sisters. And apparently they've taken her to the school.
Oh, you don't mess with family.
No, you don't.
Vin Diesel
So, are
rides
you
up.
all up for a rescue mission?
Hop in, I'll give you a ride. You don't mess with family.
Wow.
John said Vin Diesel pulls up.
Oh,
I don't understand that reference.
Oh no! Have you somehow saved your soul from not watching all of the Fast and Furious movies?
I have.
That
doesn't
seems like
movies,
a
right?
you did the right thing.
You did the right thing.
Max looks up at Elle and goes, "What's a Fast and a Furious?"
It's nothing worth your time.
Just for the hell of it, a car is just gonna drift around the gas station real quick.
Yeah. That it's like that, but the movie, and there's like 9 of them.
It is like that, but the movie, and there is 9 of them. But yeah, so you're not very far from the school. This is like the gas station, like you guys were talking about, that you would ditch and go buy your snacks and go sit under the bridge, right down the street. You just have to pass a couple of other buildings, empty businesses mostly, and one odd house that sits on the corner. But yeah, I'll say you creep along. You're next to a chain link fence that goes past this abandoned building, and you can see the school up ahead, not very far. It looks like there's a couple cars in the parking lot, but as a school in the night usually is, it's all dark in there. Buzz Lightyear, what's up?
Did they tell you where in the school they were keeping your sister?
No. My other sister called me and told me they'd taken her. I have no clue what they're planning to do. All I know is that she told me they said it was time for her to be useful. Doesn't sound very good, personally.
Sounds like something my parents would say.
I think she's in
I-
danger.
I can't believe I'm asking this, but before we
Probably is.
actually break in, do you think you could help me do maybe a ritual kind of thing? I think I might be able to see the inside of that building.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't make it weirder than it already is.
I do have a quick question. Allie was with you guys in the apartment. Did you ditch her or did you bring her with you? It's up to you.
Grab that alley.
I did too for a minute, and I just wanted to mention her before she got lost in the sauce.
I would like to suggest that if we're talking about breaking into the school, maybe we would leave her out of that part. Maybe we'd be like, oh, we'll talk about this together and get back to you tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe we told her we'll check out the school in the morning.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or honestly, we could just have her be, just in case, bail money.
Excellent. Okay, so she's accounted for. She will be off screen. No problem. I just wanted to clear that up before I was like, this lady is watching you do magic. All right. What are you doing with this ritual, Aaron?
So my intent really is to see if I can reach that middle ground within the city. And what am I trying to say? I want to see if I can get from the whispers any information about like what maybe the intent of what are they, the card cult, whatever they're
Yeah,
doing.
the card cult. Yeah. So you're trying to investigate the building using magic, essentially. You're trying to divine using your whispers power.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Circle.
Goblin Katie is planning on helping. So Beatrice, you're helping. You can do that a couple ways. You can use a help point if you want to, or
I do have a help point.
also I believe that you have a crew tag called Ritual Magic,
Magic ritual, yes.
which you can do that as well, or you can do both. What's up, Gary?
There is something in the rules that I read that leads me to believe that we can use juice as hurt or help points.
If that is true, then yeah, you have 6 juice if you want. It's just sitting there. Until I'm able to investigate that on my own, I'll take your word for it.
I'll find it and tell you what page it's on.
If I tell you what page,
today.
but in the meantime, yeah, you're welcome to.
I would say go ahead and use the crew tag, and then I'll also give you 1 point of help.
So you're gonna get a +2 on this, and everybody burns that crew tag for now, because crew
And
tags
then-
do burn.
Can I add the whispers and the tomb, or would this not involve the tomb?
This technically doesn't involve the tomb.
Okay.
The whispers
That
is
sounds-
solid
that
though.
sounds good.
So I found the verbiage, Jahan. It's out of place, but it does say that if you take the crew theme improvement tight like that, then it changes. So here's what it says. Tight like that. Once per session, when one of you uses juice points to help or interfere with another crew member's move, you gain 1 more point of juice to do so.
I see what you're saying.
So it's like a thing you can do, but that power would modify it, it sounds like to me. And I found that
yeah.
on page 148.
Changing the game can be used to heal an ally, shake off negative effect, create or obtain something useful, weaken a foe. So yeah, probably I feel like help and hurt points are within that as well. So yeah, you could, in theory, generate juice and use it as help hurt points. I'm cool with that.
Cool.
So everyone keep that in your back pocket. But you got 3 right now to crank on it.
All right. And that's an investigate.
Was there something fun I can do to mess with you? This
What's
game,
that?
this
Sorry,
game's
no,
helping me
boy,
be
boy.
mean because I don't like being mean.
Being mean is fun.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Weakness tag, boom. A bit mad. So
Okay.
seeking the weak. So you're gonna get a. So click that one, and you're gonna get a -1. So you're sitting at a 2, but you also get a mark attention on your ability.
Oh, whoops. Those were lagged. Those did not count the weakness. This one does.
You still hit a 10.
Nice. I'll take it.
Oh geez, you have a lot of power there. So what you're gonna want to do, you're going to hit reset at the top of your sheet, top right, because you have a bunch of tags clicked.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I saw the 17 earlier. I was like, what?
That probably doesn't quite line up.
And then you're going
So
to...
the whispers are a bit mad.
Yeah, so you're going to have a total of
Ritual,
plus
and then
2.
a
So you have
help.
2 power for this.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
So you can go ahead and re-roll.
There's a 9.
9's not bad. So you got a 9 on investigate while trying to divine intention here with your magic abilities. A 9's not a complete success, but I get to choose how to mess with you. Power 2. So you can ask me 2 questions. And I have to answer you more or less truthfully.
Okay, where in the school is Baba Yaga's sisters being kept?
So yeah, I'm gonna hit you with the. So I get to choose one of these. I'm gonna choose clues are fuzzy or incomplete, or part true, part false. So you'll hear the whispers. Somewhere hidden, somewhere secret, somewhere deep beneath the ground. Something lost that you are searching for, something that needs to be found.
Nice.
But then, while that's happening, you'll also hear a couple other voices speaking. One of them will explain to you in very certain terms why life is meaningless. The other one will begin to convince you that you're not real. And then the third one is a recipe for cake.
What kind of cake?
Red velvet.
Hmm.
You should try that recipe.
Incidentally-
It's crazy.
Easy good.
So as I'm what happens to everyone else is Bern, you start to help me, and I kind of just said, I'm like, can you just give me like a little bit of like an energy, a little bit of a vibe I can run with. I don't even know what kind of words to use here. I feel like you know what I'm talking about.
I pull at the threads of time and fate and begin to wrap them around her, almost like I'm braiding her in these threads. Like she's the third piece of string that's being woven with these threads.
That's
and let
great.
that power flow into her.
Yeah, as she does that, it does weaken the veil between you and what you keep at bay. And you can hear things. Whisper, a loud symphony of crazy words bombards you, but you are able to pick out what I said. You have
Nice.
one more question.
Why do they need her? In reference to the sister.
So the trick here, what you're listening to really is just everything that's being said everywhere, in minds and everything. That's why you need to ask the questions, because you need to focus, and you are able to single out a sort of an obscure thread. Why do they need her? Because they do not have you.
And one thing I wanted to say about the experience that you have, Bernie, with doing this kind of threading is that as I ask the first question, that thread that's me becomes very taut.
Okay.
Like it's being pulled almost. And that continues until after that answer from the second question, I like snap back to reality and like the connection fades. And I just sort of repeat almost explicitly what the answers were. Say somewhere deep in the ground, something that must be found. And then I look at Bernie, and I just kind of shake my head and I say, "I'm sorry, I don't understand."
You usually don't get a straight answer when you're asking the greater world for quest for answers.
As far as magical experiences go, this was probably unique for you, Bernie, even as practiced as you are. It's different. It is a different kind of magic at play here. It's almost not magic at all.
What was that?
I'm still trying to figure out myself, to be honest. And I'm a little bit afraid of what I'm learning so far. Yes, Max?
That's a new flavor. I've not encountered that before.
No, it's the same red and blue ones that they've always been. I say, pointing down to the drinks that we have been walking with.
Top tier, absolutely. But yeah, so you often sense the ether and whatnot. This experience kind of helps you realize that you've been feeling this for a little while now. It's some unidentified thing in the air, and now you can now you're kind of aware of it.
So, did Ellen say the whole thing out loud so all of us hear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Just the main parts, though, right? Not the part about cake.
Yeah.
Not the part about cake, no.
Matt's kind of, once again, she has her hand on her chin. Beneath. I think that maybe in the school basement?
It
I would
seems
think
like
a
the
sub-basement.
well,
If it's deep underground. Let's go find it.
it's worth a
Certainly
shot.
underground somewhere.
So, point of fact, this school I don't think has a basement because it is so close to the ocean. But I mean,
water table.
it's a good thought.
Well,
If they do have a basement, they shouldn't, and it's a secret, dirty room, and you should go check it out. But yeah. So you guys stop as Ellen has this experience. Is anyone looking at which one of you is looking at the school? The two people that are not involved. You want to be looking at the school, Max? So the lights are completely out. There's an odd street light here or there. But you do see just the faintest flash every now and again in the school. Just it's not bright or anything. It's just it's a little bit of light, like a wisp of light in there.
Hey, everybody, I think there's someone in the school. At least, yeah, the light is kind of pointing at the general direction of the lights are flickering on and off.
well, we know there's someone in there. The question is, what are they doing that's making the lights flicker?
It does.
And my pace quickens a little bit.
Absolutely. What's your point of egress here? What are you guys doing?
Max is going to look over at Bernie and goes, "Hey, internet thing that everybody's been telling me about. Can you pull up, stuff like building blueprints and stuff like that on it?"
Not for government buildings, no.
Hmm.
Those are not classified, but not widely available online. Unfortunately, doesn't fall under DNR jurisdiction.
Friends that work at the fire department and the police station, they might have specs.
Are they going to ask why you want them?
Maybe. Maybe not. Some of those guys I'm tight with, they just be like, keep it on the DL and don't tell anybody where you got it. I'm not going to call some jerk who's going to report me, you know what I mean?
Give it a call while we're sneaking in.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, hold on here. Let me give him a call real quick. I don't like calling people, but whenever you need information like this, it's probably better to call to ask for a favor.
I'm going to head toward the loading dock.
Towards the back of the school where they unload the food and stuff.
Like cafeteria food, deliveries, and all that stuff.
Okay.
Is this like a multi level school building, or is it like one of those ones where it's all spread out, one floor?
It is a 2-story.
Okay.
That's how I see it in my head. So yeah, 2-story building. The loading dock is in a like walled off area with those big metal gates that you just swing open, like they protect dumpsters. There are dumpsters in there. There's also the giant, one of the giant AC units, and then the doors to presumably the cafeteria. And then there's a slide-up door that might lead directly to the kitchen. But as of now, you don't see anybody.
I'm going to head to the regular egress doors.
The regular cafeteria doors? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming, I try it, I'm assuming it's locked.
They are locked. And you will also notice, next to the door, a security panel.
That was my next question.
Yeah, it's not hidden or anything. There's a little blinking red light over there. They do seem to have some sort of rudimentary security system, like most schools would.
You guys want me to take care of this door?
Hold on. As soon as the door moves, the security is going to go off.
I might be able to take care of that security panel, too.
Are you going to break it?
No.
Fair question.
Fair question.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. You think you can hack it?
Look, I'm a toll road guy. I open and close stuff all the time. I'm really good at opening and closing stuff, and all I gotta do is open this.
All right, Tim. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah. I rub my hands together and step towards the security panel, and in my head I start thinking of different songs and what the sounds the buttons are gonna make. And I'm trying to put together a funky groove in my head. I am going to use the tag open and close, which I haven't gotten to use very much yet.
That's fair.
And then I have toll booth operator, which is my reason for having open close. That's one of my tags as well. I could also go for get behind me if you're okay with that. Either one.
I think toll booth operator's good.
All right. So let's do that. Let's do the +2. And let's see. What kind of action would you like I to make?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Let's see here. Because, like, I kind of think maybe sneak around.
Yeah, this is kind of a
sneak
sneak
around
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. May I add the crew theme flashbacks to see if I remember what the password might have been?
If you want to use a crew thing, yes, you can also attempt to use one of your flashbacks.
Yes. I'm going to use, I'll use one of my flashbacks.
You want to use you just want to use flash. So okay, in using the flashback, we haven't done this before, but you have two options. You can either.
I clicked the button, so it's in the Roll20 chat.
Okay. Yeah. So you can describe an action that you did in the past, or you can do something about your backstory that might be relevant. So essentially what you could do is you could flash back to the past and like try to figure out the code. Maybe it's an old security system. I'd be okay with that.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to go for the second one, describe the events from the character's backstory that become relevant now. So there was definitely a time where I got in trouble in PE, and one of the coaches grabbed me by the ear and walked me right out these cafeteria doors, because it's one of those cafeterias that has the big folding wall that doubles as a gym and a cafeteria.
Yeah.
He walked me right out this door by my ear. The door closed behind us. He gave me a stern talking to and made me do the sit against the wall thing, where you just have to, sit with your butt and your quads are on fire. And so I had my back against the wall, then watched him go back in and punch in the code. and I remember it very vividly. I was just burning with anger. And so as I'm looking at this panel, I'm just pissed off all over again. And I'm like, oh, I still know this code. Unless they change this code, I still know this code.
Yeah, let's see here. So you're flashing back to your backstory. They can give character meaning to a character, action, decisions, flashback, showing meaning, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna have you just run a test here. I'm gonna have you run a check. We'll continue with the sneak around check, but since you're watching somebody do it, it's a little easier.
Cool. So I'll keep the +2. I'll click sneak around, and we'll see what happens. A great success.
You do remember the code.
Perfect.
With a great success, yeah, absolutely. It's seared in your brain through anger.
I thought it was Thunderstruck, but then I remembered the coach punching in the code, and it's not Thunderstruck by AC/DC, not at all.
I was gonna say, what if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
It's like those government documents that the Pentagon got in trouble for, where all their passwords were just 0000 for all those missile launch codes because they thought they weren't going to be able to get in contact with the missile launch people at the last second. So yeah, it's just 4 zeros.
You'd
it's
be
good enough,
disgusted how often that happens.
if it's good enough for the government defense contractors, it's good enough for us.
Oh, I'd set a higher bar.
Yeah, junior high will probably, at least it's the address of the junior high or the last 4 of the phone number.
Yeah,
It's the zip code.
one of those is true. But you hit it, the alarm deactivates, the green light turns on. And there's still this door in the way, but the alarm's off.
Alright. You gonna take care of the door now?
Now, the door, you know what? I am going to take care of the door.
You're gonna
and
rip off its hinges.
this is the first time that I have used this, described this, but I keep forgetting to say on my belt, and since the first session on my belt, is not a fanny pack, but one of those coin fanny packs that's just like the 4 towers of coins that you go click, 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 and drop the coins down. Yeah, I just carry a shit ton of coins. And so I'm going to dispense a couple coins, and I'm going to use them to pop the lock on this door, try to get him in between the crack and force the door open.
This will be sneak around, this will be open close, and this will be probably not
Open
booth operator.
I have summon coins, is what I have.
Summon coins works.
That's exactly that's what describes that power, is my infinite coin dispenser.
I'm okay with it.
All right, so open close, summon coins. Let's do it. That's good enough for me. Let's click sneak around with my +2. I've rolled a 12 altogether. Another great success.
No problem here. Door cracks open,
Click.
no alarm goes off. You guys are in.
Tim is running in the city.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Max looking around goes,
Get a hold
anybody
of
got a
somebody and
flashlight?
get those building plans.
Anybody got a flashlight or something? It's awful dark in here.
I pull out my
Assuming.
cell phone and turn the flashlight on.
I do the same. I'm gonna
Max just look at the cell phone and goes, what a world. What a world.
And I put it in airplane mode so that I'm not connecting to anything.
It's fair.
I actually, do you do that in like copy? Suddenly aware of my.
Digital footprint.
Yeah, you could do anything with these little rectangles. You could get food delivered to you basically anywhere from anywhere, and you don't have to know anything anymore because you can just take out your phone and look it up. And you don't have to have opinions anymore because you can just go to websites that tell you how to feel. So it's pretty dope. It's made life pretty easy to have one of these. You know, you just don't ever have to do anything. You just look at this rectangle. They've got movies on it. They've got all sorts of stuff. Your friends are in it.
You open up
Get one when I have some time.
You open up the doors. The flashlights come on. It is a large cafeteria room with the divider halfway out that converts it to a gym to the right. And then there is also the stage up there with a microphone stand. There are high windows, high ceilings. So this room is 2 stories, and it's right in the middle of the middle school. Through the windows on the walls that are adjoining to the rest of the school, you can see that you can walk upstairs and like look down into the cafeteria from either side. The tables are all in that folded up clamshell style, and they're all just kind of strewn about. And that smell of like old milk and sneakers and dodgeball rubber hits you in the face. It makes you remember being a kid. To the left is the kitchen and the serving line.
Max looks at Timmy and goes, "Oh, I just hope there's no stupid, a bunch of, billionaire man-childs, just messing around on whatever that thing is."
What are you pointing at?
The cell phone.
Oh, trust me, there are plenty of terrible people out there that you can find in there.
Yeah, you might want to try a different timeline.
Yeah.
This is the darkest timeline.
It's awesome because they have this app where you can show it to your cat, and then your cat can slap bugs on your phone too. So it's even cat approved. This thing, cats even like the rectangle. That's all I'm saying. Everybody likes the rectangle.
It is true.
But there are 4 doors that lead into the school. 2 on the wall to your left, 2 all the way across on either side of the stage. But to the left, there's also a big bulletin board, like in the middle, in between the 2 doors, that has a bunch of stuff on it. School events, past and present. Probably needs to be cleaned up. There's a picture of a teacher with stink lines that someone tacked to the board. That kind of thing.
Does the school look like the same since Max's time?
It's not exactly the same, but yeah, same. They haven't changed the layout.
Okay.
They repainted a little bit. The tables are newer, but not as new as they should be. There's a lot of that.
I was gonna say like generally like the offices and classrooms, those are still the same.
Correct. The layout is the same.
Okay. Oh, do we go into the principal's office first or the library?
Those are in opposite
I
directions.
need
So let me
to
know.
find the downstairs as soon as I can. If my sister's here, she's in trouble.
My character, is there a downstairs that we know of?
You do not know of a downstairs, no.
Okay.
Look,
Why
I
don't
spent a
we-
lot of time wandering around this school, getting into trouble, pulling on doors, going where I wasn't supposed to. Tell you where I didn't spend a lot of time is the library. I spent almost every day, damn near every day, in the principal's office. So I would start with the library if I was looking for secret stairs.
Let's.
This is where we found the
I
book.
think that's a good idea. And then Bernie, I kind of like pull you a little bit aside and to say, we'll make sure we check every inch of this place for your sister.
Thank you. She's very precious to me.
I'm a single child, but I can only imagine.
I would tread very carefully here. Over the years, there were mentions made of something in your possession and the importance that you play in all this. I never told them who you were, but they knew you were there that day.
I think they're still looking for this. I think that's I think that's why they took your sister. And
for the audience, you're holding up your ring.
a ring. It's a ring right here.
I'll say
And,
draw a ring on your finger.
It's like an
it is.
interwoven driftwood ring, right?
It's metal. It's dark and it is interwoven. Well, it does look like branches, but when you look closer, they do appear to be moving. They're not, but they look like they are. Maybe they look more like tentacles, essentially.
Yeah.
well, I
Is
can't
everyone
take
ready?
it off.
Keep it on, but maybe keep your hand in your pocket.
Good idea.
So, to get to the library, you have to actually go across the cafeteria gym to the doors across the way.
I'm going to stick to the shadows and make my way there.
Not a problem. I'll say you all get to the door. No problem. No issue. You can see through the little window on the door. There is a hallway. So both doors, the one on the right, the one on the left, they both lead to hallways that have lockers on one side, classrooms in the middle that adjoin to both hallways, and then also classrooms in between the lockers every now and again on the outsides. There's also a small courtyard in the middle at a certain point after a few classrooms, and then towards the back is the library.
I got a question. When Max was looking at the school and saw the lights, were they kind of from the library?
No, they were just kind of shining
Okay.
in the high windows. You actually thought they might be in here,
Here?
in the cafeteria,
In the
but
library.
you don't see anybody.
Oh. Well, Max looks at the group, goes, "Oh, the lights I saw earlier I think I saw some in the second story, but I've been here, so wait, we should probably go now in case they come back."
I want them to come back.
Why don't we see if they're still upstairs?
You can seek them out if you want to.
Was there something you came here for? Why were you here?
Well,
When we were going through all these files, they all kept pointing back to the school. We got like 3 decades of people with weird powers and trinkets and totems, and they're all coming back to this school. So, we figured no one else is investigating this, we might as well do it.
we actually, I think, have the documents in the car. Did you grab them, Max?
Yeah, should be in a car. I think, did anybody take any photos of them? The phone
didn't think about
thingies?
Man, so I'm gonna show. I was not helping, right? Because why would I? So I'm gonna show you the worst pictures you've ever seen. They're from like 10 feet away, and it's just like a picture from like up, and you see like 20 or 30 files spread all over the floor and on the walls and stuff. But it's not enough for you to see what any of them say. But all you see is that there's just a bunch of files. Yeah, I took a picture here. We had the whole apartment like this. Yeah, there's so much information. You just have to take our word for it.
I believe you, Tim.
Here's a picture of one of the pizzas that we got. Yeah, I got a couple of pictures of that. I got some good pictures. Look at that pepperoni.
That is a very meaty pepperoni.
Yeah, it is.
So what I'm thinking, do we want to split up? 2 of us go look for my sister, the other 2 go gather records from the principal's office or the library or wherever you wanted to go.
If we're going where there's a trap, that's where I want to go. I'm best served clobbering things.
You come with me. You 2 go
Right.
gather information.
That's honestly what we do best.
All right. And
After all, I do my homework.
Somebody
Alright,
had
so-
to.
Ellen, principal's office or library?
Let's check that library. Can't shake it, honestly.
Okay, so you guys are all going to the library. You breach these doors. You enter the long hallway with the checkered floor of blue and white. You'll pass a couple classrooms, sneaking along with your cell phone lights. You will, at some point, we'll say when you get to the courtyard. The courtyard on your left is just a little glass area that you can go sit in on a bench, read a book. That is open to the outside, in the middle of the building. You'll see another light shine around there.
I'm gonna turn my light off.
Turn your light off.
And I'm gonna, put my finger to my lips and max. I'm gonna point toward the light. And I'm gonna try and sneak closer and get a better look at where that's coming from.
It's not too hard to see. You creep a little closer. You can see a large man in a security uniform, in a blue security uniform, walking around. He's notably big.
Does he look like somebody who would work at the school, or just a place?
He's wearing a school security uniform.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if what kind of uniform was.
Yeah, it is a school security uniform. But
Okay.
typically, school security guards do not guard the school at night. Worth noting. At least I don't think they do. I don't know why they would.
Usually there's a security service, but not like the school cops.
Yeah, yeah. And since you deactivated the alarm, the service isn't going to show up. So a little strange. Yeah, you'll see him. He's. It looks like he's on patrol. Like he's walking. He'll shine the light right over your head, but he can't see you because you're obscured. He'll keep looking.
That's spooky. Yeah, I'll try and lead us to divert him, and somewhere along the way I'll discreetly send a text to Tim to say on premise ?
What's on premise?
Security on premise.
Security on premise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then 2 question marks. Because I do think that's weird, or Ellen does think that's weird at least. And anyway, on we go. Do we need to do a roll for the sneaking?
Yeah. Not everybody has to do it, but somebody should.
I don't know if I actually have anything that really logically makes me quieter or sneakier.
Perhaps.
Bad.
Can I take the negative punishment for this because of my weakness tag, easy to smell even while hiding?
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
In
So
this mild success, it looks like maybe, or mild fail, someone's going to get sort of spotted, I think. So
Yeah.
I think it makes sense for me to be the
Oh,
guy.
I'm planning to actually. I'm gonna turn to Tim. Are you ready to do something potentially stupid?
Oh, man. It's lowbrow comedy, but I look at you and I just rip. I just tear one. It is just a loud and bolsterous passing of gas. Sorry, when I get nervous, it's just like that. In those slushies.
Right, slushies give you gas? What is wrong with your body?
Well, if it was that or if it was the old flyers I ate off the board when we came in, but I just can't help. Trash.
Here's Tim.
It's not the first time I've eaten flyers.
Okay,
what
okay.
was that? He'll
Let's
say to no
do-
one.
Let's do something stupid. What was the name of the... I was trying to find my notes and I can't find them. The name of the guy who was the head of the cards that came to the house.
Oh, I have that. Harry Malding.
That was it. I'm going to lead Tim to like the center area of the school so we're well away from the others and just start yelling, Harry! Harry, you thick bastard! I know you're here!
The security guard does respond to first the fart and then you guys yelling. He'll show up, but since you're shouting, he doesn't really know what to make of it. Hey, you can't be here. What are you doing?
Do I recognize the security guard?
No. He is a very tall man, very just straight up built. Like he looks like he looks more like a merc than a security guard. He looks like he could throw hands.
What are you doing here?
I'm the security guard.
Forgot my backpack.
Is that what you're saying? Give me a convince check here.
All right, a convince check. I'm gonna keep the weakness tag easy to smell even while hiding. That way, I can mark an attention to it this time. Let's go with convince. Defender of the bridge, right? Are you good with that one?
That's iffy.
How about get behind me, since I'm trying to get us out of this situation?
You're trying to get them out of the situation, sure.
All right. And that's why I was going to say defender of the bridge, too, since I'm taking the defensive stance here, jumping in front of Katie to handle the situation.
But it's not going to help you convince them, so.
And how's about it's clobbering time? Because I know this guy's tough, but I'm tough too, so I'll just put a little intimidation on it.
Sure. That works. That always works in a convince.
Clobbering time with the negative, so I'm going to get a +1, and I'm rolling a convince. Mild success. And my power was a 1, so choose a relevant status. Your target can choose to either take the status or give in a little, but protect their own agenda.
Yeah, so essentially you present me with a status that you want to get. Status 1.
Let's go with status distract. We're distracting this guy right now, so let's keep him distracted.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. What were you saying?
Oh, he was saying let's keep him distracted. So I was going to start talking at him.
You can
Not
do that.
to him, at him.
Ooh, he's not gonna like that, but that's okay.
All right, let me make this really easy for you. You see, there is something very precious to me within these halls, and you are currently standing between me and that precious thing. And
It's
my
my
friend
backpack.
here,
I was gonna say, is it his backpack?
It's my backpack.
my friend here also happened to leave something important here, so we're looking for that too. But I would suggest, if you want to go home tonight, you turn around and you walk the other way. Because if you tangle with us, you're not going to have that opportunity.
You can also give a convince check.
Okay. Let's see. I am going to use high-ranking credentials. I know how to put forward a very intimidating and condescending presence.
It's fair.
I'm going to use power in numbers because I find when I am in a group of 3, I do better.
Okay.
And I'm not going to use my my mythos stuff. I'm just going to use those.
Just gonna use your logoses.
Yup. All right, let's see. So this is convince?
Yeah. All right, so same deal. You have a mild success, just like Gary did. You have a power of 2, which means you can offer me a tier 2 status, and the character can either take it or they can give in a little bit but still protect their own agenda.
I would say a tier 2 status, would that be like intimidated?
It could be anything. It could be outsmart, outwit, distract, trick, belittle. You know.
Let's go with undermine.
Undermine. He's been undermined and distracted. So this guy does have a thing. So the way bad guys works is they have different ways to be defeated. He is trickable. Was one of his, and you have hit enough tiers to trick him. So, oh yeah, I just find what you're looking for and then leave, please. You're not supposed to. He seems really confused. He doesn't seem that smart.
Yeah.
He's a big old dumb lunk. And
does he have a radio on?
He does have a radio. He hasn't used it yet. But he's like, just, go about your business, get your backpack, and then please, leave.
Of course.
Because you have officially
get what we came for. We will leave.
Okay, good. Not supposed to be here.
You can go now.
Oh, good. I am supposed to be here. He's gonna walk away.
Right.
Edgar didn't tell me anything about my backpack.
You know your backpack's not here, right?
Oh, you're right. I got caught up in the moment. You see, I was looking around for a backpack. I kind of forgot what we were doing here. I didn't remember if it was red or black, but now that you mention it, I didn't bring a backpack. I haven't been here for a long time anyways.
Boy, this is gonna be great. Okay. And I'm going to start trying to hone in on my sister. Try to feel her presence and through our connection. And basically I am I'm calling on what ties us together.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's just an investigation check. But real quick, before we do that, Maxine, what are you doing? You're muted.
Are we in the library yet?
Mm-mm. So you guys all kind of stopped in the hallway on the way to the library. You can see the doors down the hall.
Okay. We were here doing the whole interaction and everything?
I mean, you weren't part of the interaction, but, that's what I'm asking. During the interaction, did you go to the library?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Oh, I thought that was the point where we split off.
Yeah, that's the point where you split off. Exactly.
Okay.
I was gonna say that's what I thought too. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have agency to do whatever you wanted to do during that time.
Well, I'm going to say Ellen and Maxine, they're still on the way to the library.
Excellent. You will get to the doors. You'll still see the same cartoon bird on the wall telling kids how great reading is. You can see into the library. No lights are on whatsoever. Bernie, you're going to start to divine your sister's location. As you do so, as you start to call upon your connection in the metacosmos, that's where we're going to go ahead and take our break. Thank you everyone for watching. We will be back shortly. Stay fresh. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Fresh Out the Box Play City of Mist from Son of Oak Publishing. I am still the Game Master, Johananon.
It's me, Casualty CDG, co-host of Fresh Out the Box and also Fresh Out the Podcast. If you like boxes and you like podcasts, have I got good news for you. I'll be reprising my role as Tim, the Toll Road Supervisor, Mythos of the Troll King in tonight's episode of City of Mist.
Hey folks, it's me, Erin Baumier, also known out there as Erin Tippity Doo, coming back as Ellen Ketch in City of Mist.
Hello, everybody. It's Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie, and I will be playing Bernadine with the mythos of Baba Yaga.
And once again, I am Michael Pow, aka Mr. Kapow. When you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is usually at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. And I am playing your precarious little 12-year-old girl who is the avatar of the apocalypse.
And scene.
Good work, everybody. Good work. We put in good work tonight.
Yeah, we did. Okay, that's all for us. Have a great... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, where we last left off, you being Maxine and Ellen, were at the doors to the library. You look inside, you don't see anybody, lights are off. Bernie, you are trying to sense your sister.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead. That's just an investigate check.
Mm-hmm.
And you are using magical means to do so. So go ahead.
I'm using I Know Things.
Okay.
Edge Witch. And I'm a snake.
Alrighty. Let me take a peek at your things real quick. Oh. That one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. I don't see any bad tags that I could use right now. So, 9. Okay, 9's not bad. You got 3. You gotta ask me 3 questions. But I'm allowed to mess with you about it because you didn't get a 10 or higher.
Right. Which direction is she?
You can feel her beneath. You can feel her down.
Okay. All right, I have an idea, but let me do the other questions first. How many people are around her?
I'll give you a vision. You'll see, sort of like, you'll see some exposed brick wall, but you'll see some natural stone as well, and there are several hooded figures nearby. She
Okay,
does
so
not
there's
appear to be
natural
alone.
stone. Is the natural stone on a wall or the floor?
Both.
Okay.
The brick is only on the wall, though.
She's somewhere around the perimeter then. Would that be a safe guess?
Perimeter, it's hard to say. It seems like that she is in some sort of naturally formed area that has been built upon.
What does the entrance to her area look like?
Ah, okay. You'll get a vision. It'll be a large shelf, laden with books.
She, while she was doing this, she just kind of closed her eyes and was walking and somehow seemed to not, like, risk running into a wall or anything. And you can see it's almost like REM sleep. Her eyelids are kind of fluttering and her eyes are looking all over the place. And then finally she stops and just reaches her arm out and puts it across Tim's chest. Library. The entrance is in the library. We need to go to the library, Tim.
That means I guessed right. Oh man, I'm such a good guesser.
I'm so impressed.
I should play the lottery more often. I'm really good at guessing.
Feel about beating people up.
You think I could go on Jeopardy and just guess all the right answers? What if
No,
I was
seriously,
like,
beating people up.
what if I buzzed in and I was like, what is the answer? And
Like
then they had to
most-
give it to me on a technicality because they're like, well, there technically is the answer. Wouldn't that be crazy? I'll be the first winner who just got him on a technicality.
But like multiple people.
She's asking you to beat people up.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab the shelf and start to try to pull the shelf from
You
the
have to
wall.
go to the library.
You have
We're
to
not
go
there
into the
yet.
library.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought when we stopped when you put your arm across, it was on
Mhm.
the shelf. Okay. Then we will continue to the library. Yes. I'm
You'll
sorry.
continue. You'll see the doors are already opening as the other two of your party are already there.
I am babbling incessantly as we go.
Mr.
And,
Cow, you are muted.
As we walk in, Bernie's just like,
Oh man, I'm so glad to see you guys. We thought something horrible had happened to you.
Max, you are muted. I saw you talking.
I said, as Bernie comes in with a babbling Timmy, Max just looks over at Bernadette and kind of gives her like a WTF look.
currently he's going to go on Jeopardy, and the entrance to where my sister's being held is one of the
What is
shelves.
he gonna do? Beat people up on Jeopardy?
No, I just want him to beat the people up who were below us.
I never thought about beating up the other contestants on Jeopardy. I bet no one's ever tried that before. That's a good idea. I should try that.
I feel like you'd get kicked off the show.
Not if I beat up the guys who try to kick me off.
While
Makes
this is
fair
going
point.
on,
Mhm.
sorry,
Continue.
No, that's it. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say Max is gonna be kind of scanning the floor of the library, especially the shelves, to see if any of them has like disturbed scrapes or anything. You know how if there's a swinging bookshelf in like one of those mystery houses and stuff.
I'm just looking for the bookshelf I saw.
So the library looks. It's been a while since I described it, but you enter. Obviously, lots of bookshelves. They don't touch the ceiling because the library goes up. It has another story, which you can go to.
Library has a lot of stories.
That's true. That's true. It is a multi-story library. At least two.
Thousands of stories, really. There's stories all over the place.
Probably
Just-
thousands, but at least two. And then there is the round checkout desk that also kind of like protects the office where you found the page to begin with. As you start to poke around, you guys do start to find things in weird places. This is the first time you really stop to look. And as an objective, well, not in Maxine's case, but as an objective grown-up, a lot of these things seem a lot more out of place than you remember. You keep finding knickknacks hidden away in the shelves. Strange little stone men, figurines. You find a arrowhead. You find just animal pelts. What do you call it? A straight razor. Just weird stuff, just hidden in the shelves.
I would think Max would notice the street where they're out of school and it's a blade, basically.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely noticed it's out of place. But yeah, you guys start finding all these weird knickknacks. But, anyways, you're looking for this bookshelf. I did tell you, you know what it looks like. You don't see it out here on the floor.
I'll go to the back where the offices for the library are.
You go into the office where the four of you found the scroll so many years ago. And there is a bookcase in here. And it does look familiar.
Anyone have an idea of how to make this thing move? I
Oh,
just start pulling books on the shelf.
I got an idea. If there's a wall behind there, I could just rip it down.
Rip the wall down.
Well,
Yep.
see, now that's
Rip
the right
the
idea.
wall down. I stretch and step in
Why
front.
Tim, why don't you save that effort for when we have clobbering to do?
Okay.
you can do what you want.
Keep it a little quiet.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
If pulling the books doesn't work, you just point me in the right direction.
I absolutely will.
You start ripping books off the shelf. Nothing happens. Tim's all excited.
I'm watching every book and I'm like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't work, don't work, don't work.
You do not see it. Nothing does happen as you pull these books off the shelf. There's a lot of stuff in this office, though.
Are there scratch marks on the ground where this appears to pivot?
Yeah, just like Max
in
was
and off the
saying,
wall?
it does seem like it's pretty. And now that you guys are looking at it, it's pretty obvious that this is the shelf. You're in the right place. It's just not a book.
And I was wondering, could I use my fate, creating possibilities? Else, my friends, since we're all here. Basically, I want to see if there's peer into the possible timelines and basically find the object that will most likely be.
Yeah, you want to search through the timelines? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Give me that investigate check.
Yeah, I'm gonna use creating possibilities.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw a help point on that one
Oh,
that I have for you. Yeah, as I'm also going to just start digging around like the desks and stuff like that, looking for some sort of contraption or something.
I'm gonna use my friends and identify the cause because I'm identifying cause to make this door open.
that's fair enough.
And my friends, since we're all here. And can I also do a weakness of can't do this alone?
This is you're literally getting help. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Right.
It's a good time to use the weakness. 10
Hey.
on the dot.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, you can ask me 3 questions about this bookcase. Specifically
Alright,
about the
well-
bookcase, though.
But would open the bookcase. I guess we'll start that off.
As you're looking, you see that Ellen is very close to the object at hand. There is a statue. It's a little statue that is on the desk, and its head twists.
Max looks at Ellen and goes, a little bit to the left. No. The book about anthology.
It is a statue, though.
The statue
Okay.
about anthology.
Sure. Yeah, he does point you in the right direction, and you can. The door does start to slide open. You can still ask me 2 questions about this door if you want to.
Yes. Is there anything like any object that looks important, like the knickknacks we saw outside, or is there any is there an object on the shelf that corresponds to the objects that we saw on the files? Objects of power.
Yeah, some of them are here. Yeah, that's fair. Some of the ones that you guys didn't test positive with, yeah, they're here. You're still not sure what they are or why they're here. But yeah,
That's
a lot of the objects in this office, actually, now that you mention it, are specifically from those lists. Like, there's a lot of them in here.
Max is gonna just grab a couple of them and last question. How fairly often does this look? Shelf door looks like that it's been used.
All the time.
Okay.
frequently
Max-
used.
Okay, Max is gonna be like, "Oh, they've definitely been using this for some time. Oh, we should just be careful. We go downstairs. I have a bad feeling about this."
As the door opens, staircase reveals itself to you that winds on down. Brick walls with light coming from a lit torch a little bit down the way.
It's honestly more relieving than I expected.
As you enter the stairwell, you are hit with the smell of the sea.
Max is gonna make a comment going, "Would think this would be a fire hazard."
It's about to be.
Dang.
I proceed. I'm actually going to take the torch off the wall and just march down the hall with it.
Dang. I look at the other two of you. I dang her both times. Like, dang, that's a good one-liner. Dang, look at her go. And then I'll hurry in after.
You will go down the stairs. Eventually, you'll start to hear voices rhythmically chanting.
Do I recognize what they're saying?
They are speaking whatever language that you usually speak when you cast spells as well.
Okay.
They're speaking the forbidden tongue.
What are they saying?
They are saying she is found, begin to rise, come a calling. A lot of what you recall saying from the scroll. There are some amendments to what you to the spell you cast, but yes, it seems to be the same attempt.
I turn and look at the others, and you see this just fear on Bernie's face. They're doing it again. The ritual under the bridge, they're doing it again.
Does that mean Maxine will vanish again?
That means my sister will vanish like Maxine did.
But aren't they missing something critical?
Ring.
Look, I have work in the morning. I don't have a lot of time to plan. You guys want me to just go in there and smash or what?
Remember, we found the ring after... Well, I guess you wouldn't remember. We found the ring after you disappeared. It was left behind where you were. Go set people on fire, and I walk down the hall.
I tried to feed that ring for 2 weeks. I thought it was you.
You go down all the way down the stairs, and it opens up into a large cavernous area. Not quite 2 stories tall. It is, I mean, if you jumped, you could probably graze the ceiling. It's not too high. Very smooth once the brick falls away. Very smooth cave walls. And you can see on the far end of the room from you, you can see the ocean seeping into this cave. Between you and that, there are several people wearing cloaks. One who has their cloak pulled back, and then you also see your sister with her hands seemingly forcibly touching a circle drawn on the ground. She seems upset. She seems distraught by this. She's holding back tears.
I walk into the room and just walk straight up to the circle. If anyone comes near me, I hold the torch out at them and try to set their robes on fire, but my purpose is to smudge that circle.
Okay. I feel like there's a way.
Fully aware that I'm backlashing a ritual. I don't care.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. There's a way to do this, though. I feel like this probably just straight up go toe to toe.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that.
All right. Let me reset that.
Your magical knowledge can help you in this.
Yeah. I am using all the magic. I'm also going to use power in numbers from my sisterhood.
Okay.
My sister is in the room.
That's fair.
You can do a max of 3, right?
There really isn't a max, but, you know.
Okay. I'm thinking from witchy ways. I know things, like how to pull strings, because I'm a hedge witch. And there's power in numbers. And I'm going to leave it at that.
That's a lot of them.
4.
That's 4. Okay. I'm going to hit you with, as a weakness, as soon as you see your sister and you're about to do what Bernie does, be brash, impulsive, and ready to throw down, you're going to see your sister, realize her welfare is thrown up in the mix. Your family obligations are going to make you freeze up just a little bit. It's going to throw a little caution in your wind there. But yeah,
All right.
Other than that, so go ahead and mark an attention on that card. And then, yeah, boom.
Okay. And I check family obligations so that it deducts, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Making sure.
Yep, that is correct.
Great
Result of
success.
2. So, choose 2. You managed to achieve your goal, which is, whatever your goal is. In this case, backlash the ritual. You get them good, inflicting a status with tier power. So that can be something that using like juice you could make affect everyone here. Or you block, dodge, or counter the best attempt. So essentially that would mean that you can avoid the negative effects. So you get to pick 2 of those 3 options because you got a 10.
Okay. So I want to avoid. That's good. So that's her trying to set people on fire if they get near her. I think a status effect of let's call it we'll keep it simple and just say shocked. They're all shocked by our sudden appearance. Does that sound good?
It can. So is your intention to kick the ritual circle and like make things go all fucky?
I want to disrupt the ritual by damaging the circle.
Might I suggest tier 3 madness?
Ooh. That sounds fun. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. So you managed to dodge it. I'll say that through this you're able to make your sister avoid it as well. Yeah. And they will all take tier 3 madness. So, you run in, you keep them at bay, you kick the ritual open, the magic disperses. As it does so, a hole opens up, a few tentacles start to shoot out, but then they wither and die as the hole closes. Your sister lets go of the circle. Once you kick it, she is freed, and you can see all of the cultists around the circle grab their heads and like take a knee and start. Some of them start screaming.
Who do you think you are to come after my coven? Do you not know what happens to those who cross me? You could have come to me and asked for help. You could have come to me and asked for information. But instead, you tried to claim something that was mine, and now you get to deal with the consequences.
So you'll be saying this to the one person that had their hood revealed. We'll say she is a dark-haired woman. we'll say she's probably about 35, mid 30s. She's done up a bit. Her hair's like up. She looks well to do, that kind of thing. Pretty, but she has a lot of just, all of her hair's dark. Her lipstick's like almost black, but it's more of that brown tint. And then you recognize her as a rival from the cult. We'll call her Angela.
That's so weird because I was thinking Angelina, so that worked perfectly.
That is weird.
Angela.
You see, so she doesn't look like herself in this moment. Her eyes are wide, and she's looking like they're kind of moving around, but every now and again they fall on you and try to hold you there. What have you done? What have you done to us? She is going to whip a knife out of her robes. She's going to cut her own face. And she's going to kind of laugh about it, like, and then you see her like eyes begin to focus.
Does anyone have any issues about beating her up?
I'm good with
We've
it.
got to stop them at this point, at least from themselves.
And I'm going to club her across the head with the torch.
Go ahead. That is going to be go toe to toe once again, or it can be hit with all you've got, which is better, but it opens you up to repercussions.
You know, I am not a combat character, so I feel like it would be hit with all you got, because this is just sheer desperation.
Just gonna go ham, absolutely.
Yeah. God, I don't even know what to use on this. No, that wouldn't work. Power in numbers.
Power numbers works. Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I can reasonably use.
That's okay. Yeah, you're really good at magic. Not so good at hitting people with stuff.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, it's a miss.
Alrighty. I get to invoke an MC move, which so I can do cool. So she's going to, as you swing, she's going to back up, and she's going to grab the blood off her face and just put her hand out, and you will see. She gains the story tag barrier.
All right. I've got work in the morning. Enough of that's enough of that. My face starts to elongate, and bones crack as these growths start to appear, and my hair becomes patchy. I start to transform into this larger than normal troll creature and pound my fists as I walk towards the barrier. Bringing both arms up, I slam them against the barrier with all that I've got.
So as you go to move, I do a soft move where one of the cultists that's going crazy stands up and just starts flailing his knife around. That is foreshadowing for everybody watching. But yeah, go ahead. So now you can do your move.
I'm going to let somebody else handle the cultist. I'm going to take care of this door. I would like to use get behind me tag.
The barrier is protecting the woman.
Yes, I want to just smash the magic barrier with my fists.
Cool.
I'd like to use the tags get behind me. It's clobbering time and open close. As well as the weakness work in the morning, because this is starting to cut into my sleep.
Are you trying to get rid of her barrier specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
So that is I believe you can do that with change the game.
Okay.
So because she has a status barrier, you can remove that status with changing the game, and you're doing it by trying to physically smash the barrier, which works.
And is this something I can use juice on?
This
and
is
if
a
so,
juice-
do I use it before or after?
After.
Okay.
Because you're
Yeah,
going to generate juice to begin with by doing the move.
I rolled a great success.
Jeez. Man, you've been rolling fucking good.
At least somebody's successful.
You've been rolling real high. So you gain 2 juice. She has barrier 3. You can completely smash it if you spend one of the pool of the juice.
Yes, that is exactly what I'll do.
Oh.
Give her reduce a status by 3, reduce barrier by 3.
Alrighty. As you do so, so you smash her barrier, she falls backwards.
Oh, boom, 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 and the magic shield comes down. It's just a total monster. It's not your friend you see there. It's a sort of Hulk-like transformation. I'm like a red, bumpy, skinny, elongated, nasty Hulk. And I'm just going at it.
He does smash the barrier. So I will pass it. Aaron or Max, does one of you have a preference here?
Max, are you feeling prepared? If you're feeling more prepared, then you can go.
Can you give me kind of a layout of the environment in the room first?
So there is the spot in the middle where there's like dead tentacles piled up that kind of look like they're made out of ash now. That is where Bernie, Tim, and Bernie's sister are. Then you and Ellen are by the stairs watching this happen. The room is about a story and a half of cave that ends on the other wall in ocean water. And that's mostly... there is a table off in the corner made out of wood that has various artifacts on it, various knickknacks, a lit candle, that kind of thing.
And it looks like Bernie has the magic circle being taken care of, right?
The magic circle has been dealt with. It backlashed and did something to the cultists. One of them got up, started waving a knife. Then there's the one that the barrier got smashed. And then there are 2 other cultists that have not done anything. But before whoever is about to go, one of them gets up and goes towards the water and kneels and starts mumbling something.
But I think Ellen should
Sweating
make this.
bullets, for the record. Okay, yeah. So I'm sweating bullets next to you. And I kind of stumble forward and drop to my hands and knees, and you watch as my jaw seems to sort of unhinge, almost like in a way that it shouldn't. And as it does, like a tentacle, similar to the ones that were coming out of the ground just a moment before, comes, like, I start retching. And as I do, this tentacle comes further and further out, and actually ends up lashing out at one of these cultists.
The one by the water,
well.
the one on the ground, the one with the knife, or the woman
The
that cut her
one
own
by the
face?
water,
Okay.
actually. Yeah, the one by the water. I want to say it like, with one more retch, it goes like shooting across the room and grabs that one by the foot. Or that's what I want to try to do.
That is fair. That is a simple either go toe-to-toe or hit with all you got.
Okay, so we're going to get the summon the deep tag, because that's where that's coming from. And that's probably it. And actually, we're going to slap a bit mat on there. I know it's going to undo it, but it's fine.
Hey, you get to mark
Let's
another
throw-
attention.
Right. Sorry, which
Yeah.
one did you say it was? Which move?
Go toe-to-toe if you're trying to, fight this person, or you can
Yeah.
hit with all you got.
So I go to grab, like, I want to, like, disrupt whatever they're doing and, like, pull them away from the water's edge.
Okay, so you got 3 options
The
here, and you only get to choose one. whereas burning got issues too. You can achieve your goal and interrupt what he's doing, or you can inflict a tier 0. I'll bump it up to a 1. I'll say you can inflict a tier 1 status, minimum 1, or you can block, dodge, or counter what's about to come back on you.
Let's go ahead and let's just disrupt. Whoops. Let's disrupt what they're doing for now. Let's just go with that one.
Absolutely. You wrap him up, you pull him away from the edge. And now you can kind of hear what he's saying. No, they call to me. I must reach out to them. That's what he's saying. And he's going to stab you with a knife now. Go ahead and give me a face danger check. Because this is what happens after you fail to go toe-to-toe. They get to do something back.
I got a 9.
You take the status, but with -1 tier. So he's only hitting you with a stab, so he's going to wound you too, but now he's just going to give you a 1 level boo-boo. What do we call it for you, Max? Ouch. Yeah, you can take ouch 1.
1 ouch.
Yeah, and then...
And there's like a weird scream that sounds kind of like my own and something else as the tentacle recoils, and that's my turn.
The fourth and final cultist is going to stand up, and just start screaming. Her hands begin to glow. Max.
You know what? I think Max is going to do an action now.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Remember when I said that Max was grabbing a few things?
I do recall that, yes.
I say one of the things was a baseball.
Baseball's fine.
The initial CM on it.
Okay.
Alright. But Max kind of like takes out this baseball, kind of looks at it, goes, you know that Chrissy Mathewson is considered one of the best pitchers of all time? I mean, had what is it? He won through 1907 through 1911. He won 139 games with a 1.69 ERA and a 0.96 WHIP. As she's saying this, she goes, "Just something you should, I thought you should know," and just throws that baseball. And I was hoping that baseball is item power because baseball of Chrissy Mathewson. That screaming cultist.
Chrissy
right
Mathewson.
in their face.
Yeah, yep. I see him here. He is a baseball pitcher. Yeah, so you do a face danger. Or not face danger, sorry. This isn't really toe-to-toe. I guess it is. Yeah, go ahead and go toe-to-toe.
Can I roll? Can I use the tags creating possibilities?
That's fine.
Because we're my friends, and I want to use. Let's see here. Hubris. My weakness tag, hubris.
Fair enough.
Max is being kind of cocky right now with the baseball.
Not a problem.
Said that it's go toe to toe, right?
Go toe to toe, yeah.
Okay.
Ah! Oh boy.
Oh.
So I get to
use
move
a juice or anything like that to
I think you should juice it.
Yeah.
Let's
I want to juice it like some of the, baseball players.
I don't know if you can use juice retroactively, but here, let me see for you. Maybe you can re-roll or something.
Re-roll, yeah.
I do have a help point, in which case I could spend the help point and add some juice, right?
If you spend the help point, then he will get a 7, and that gives him a mild success, and then he can choose one thing to do.
Bam. I will spend my Maxine help point.
We'll say he accidentally elbows the one you're aiming for in his troll rage, and they move more in the way. So, you do hit. You can achieve your goal, inflict a status equal to the power of 1, or block or dodge their rebuttal to you.
I'll take the first one.
All right, what's your goal with this?
Basically, I want to either, at the very least, break their nose to break their concentration. Getting hit in the face with a baseball would hurt, I would think.
Is this
And
knifey
break
guy
a
or
person.
magic hands lady?
The person that we haven't dealt with yet.
Okay, so the one that starts screaming and is
Screaming one.
she'll have a bruised nose 1,
Nice.
which does account for the beginnings of injury. Yeah, you'll hit her, and it will stop what she's doing. Yeah, I guess your goal is to stop what she's doing, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. She'll grab her face, and her hands will stop glowing. We will shoot back to Bernie. Bernie, you are face to face with Angela. She is getting ready to. Also, let me see the moves here. Yeah, she's going to level. She's going to level her knife at you very simply.
Okay.
But then you get to go.
Angela. Angela. What are you doing? Give me the knife. It's the smart thing to do.
You can try that. Yeah.
And if you don't want to give it to me, then my sisters and I will take it from you.
Go ahead and give me a convince.
Okay. I'm going to use I wear many faces because right now I am putting on a face that is trustworthy and comforting and seems like it would have your best interests at heart. Almost motherly sort of looking face. And I'm going to pull the string of face. I'm going to take family obligations because my sister is there. And so I am constantly distracted to make sure she's okay.
Okay.
But I'm also pulling from her some of the power to create this glamour of being someone you can trust and someone who has your best interests at heart. So that's convinced?
Absolutely convinced. I'm gonna throw a story tag in your way here. She is inflicted with madness, so I'm gonna have the fact that she's just a little crazy give you a -1.
Okay. How do I do that?
Because it is a pretty logical argument. She's not fully logical. You just on the very top, just hit -1.
There we go. And this was convince?
Yeah, convinced.
Great success.
Still a great success. Wow. So
I had 1 point. After all the negatives were done.
So you can offer me a status equal to the power of 1, or I have to change my agenda to include your agenda, at least for the time being. So essentially, your convince does work.
I want to give her the status complacent.
Complacent. I'll accept it.
Cool.
All right.
And I'm just going to gently put my hand around hers and take the knife from her.
I'll let you get the knife.
Okay. And once I have the knife in my right hand, I don't know if I can do this the same turn, totally your call. I'd like to backhand her.
If it's just for flavor, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm not trying to cause any damage, just
Yeah, you
backhanding
slap her.
the audacity of pulling a knife on me and using my sister.
When she immediately realizes that this is like a trick. So she, very unlike herself, is going to start stamping her feet and doing this and just going, ah, like screaming in frustration.
Okay.
Kind of like a child. Like it's a fit. You're right there, Gary. You're right there, Tim. Up in her face. As a troll, the knife has gone away. The one that got... No, I guess Angela will do it. Angela is going to begin to make her hands glow again, essentially.
Isn't there still another one who's flailing a knife about?
There is one flailing a knife about.
I'm gonna take my attention over there now.
Okay.
Angela just got disarmed in front of me. It looks like Katie's character has this under control for now. So I'm going to turn and face the other guy, still this giant lumbering troll with just these yellowish rotten teeth, this huge jaw, and these nasty misshapen eyes. I turn and jump to the creature, to the other guy flailing the knife, and I just roar. I scream in his face with the most foul breath and horrible stench that you could ever imagine. And I also, out of the corner of my eye, notice this place is lit by torches, and trolls no likey fire.
That's fair.
So I would like to invoke my weakness, Fire Bad for Troll. The weakness, Easy to Smell, even while hiding. So -2, because I'm going to go for a +5. That'll make a 3 altogether. And the 5 that I want for jumping in this guy's face, screaming at him, being disgusting, are Overwhelming Stench, Wretch, and Crusty Armor. And then Regenerative Troll Blood and Get Behind Me. So it's 5, but -2 for a +3 altogether.
Nice.
You cool with that?
Oh, yeah, you couldn't hear me. Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do is face danger. I want this guy to hit me and nobody else. That's the plan here.
Face danger. So face danger is reactionary.
Damn. I have a thing where if I face danger, I guess maybe I could taunt him then. Maybe that's what I want to do so that he tries to attack me. Is that the way to go about this?
You can do that if you want to. You can either convince him or...
I want to intimidate him into fighting me. I need to be his main threat.
I mean, you can change the game and give him the taunted tag.
Okay, let's do that. Let's change the game. I rolled a 9, which is a mild success.
Nice.
Okay. I mean, so that is enough for you to taunt him.
Awesome. With 3 power, I will give him the status of Taunt 3, so that he faces danger me. Because I got a bashing upgrade that works for face danger, and I'm excited to use it.
Well, he's throwing a knife around. You went, so he does get to do something. He's going to try to stab you, so now you get a face danger.
Yeah, that's
it's
what
very
I'm talking
wild
about.
the way he's stabbing. It almost seems like he's drawing something in the air, and he's not even trying to stab you, but he does focus it your way.
Are you cool with most of those same power tags?
Definitely some of them. Yes. Yes, those are all
Okay.
good defensive tags.
I'm going to keep those same weaknesses as well. Fire Bad for Troll because the situation hasn't changed, and Easy to Smell even while hiding because I am nasty in this closed room dungeon right now with no airflow and nothing
Big
nowhere
old
to
stinky
go.
nasty.
And I'm in full troll mode, you know what I mean? I'm gross when I'm a person, but it's full dumpster fire at this point. All right.
Now you guys can all taste the smell. It's wet garbage.
Let's face danger. Let's make it happen.
It's if wet garbage could fart.
Oh no! It's the only thing I'm good at, and I rolled the worst roll I've rolled this entire campaign.
Wow.
I rolled a 5.
Because of the erratic way that he is waving his knife around. You're trying to block it, like an attacker's coming at you, but he's not doing that. He manages to get around you, and he carves up your chest a bit. Go ahead and take the full 2 wound. Wound 2.
Got it.
I was wondering if I could do something with my fate ability right now. Reaction to that, because I have something I could probably do to help this at least.
Oh.
I have a ability called Redo.
Okay.
Could we say that everything that's happened, it happened in another possible future, and in this future, Max yells out just in time for him to avoid getting hit.
So, I mean, I suppose we could try.
We basically give him a reroll. To give him reroll with everything, that just happened.
So, I'm not
Would
one.
it consume the juice to do it?
What was that?
Dude, I gotta help too
Yeah.
as well.
If he consumed a juice to make it happen?
Yeah, you could do just so. You're actually actively. So what you can do. This is actually a good time for this. Let me see. I had it open because I thought it.
They
might
say
have.
time travel could get wibbly wobbly sometimes.
Timey-wimey, too.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Timey-wimey.
I was actually at a Doctor Who convention this past weekend. Alfrey.
I recently started another rewatch because help me.
I started watching the Tenant episodes again.
I mean, if
So-
you're gonna watch some, them's the ones.
If you want to actually turn back time,
Mhm.
you're going to have to probably burn a tag.
I don't want to turn back time. I just basically want to just this happen in a possible future, timeline, and
I mean,
basically give
technically you're
turn
not
the
turning
head
back time, but I mean, effectively it would be like redoing it.
Okay.
Actually, actively redoing something like that's already been done. You can do it, but you just have to burn the tag, which isn't permanent. But
But I will burn a tag to do that then.
all right, you could. Yeah, I'll let you burn your redo tag. Gary, you can roll again.
Yeah.
I'll call
Jimmy,
it
watch
that.
out!
Hell yeah. Phase danger. Rolled a 6. I rolled the same thing because the dice don't lie, baby.
Oh! Can I give him a help? Just bump it to a 7 for a minor success.
You can, yeah, you can bump them to a minor success.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Minor success. Yeah, if you want to use your health point after that, sure.
Yeah, doing
it.
We're in too deep. We're in too deep.
Yeah, this dude is just stabbing me and stabbing me in every multiverse. I'm just getting stabbed up in every multiverse you check.
Stab, 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 stab. Oh, that one right
There's
there.
one. Yep.
So let me read one of the successful face dangers real quick. Oh, there aren't any. Okay, so Gary, do me a favor. Just slam that button again. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So a mild success. Yeah, a 7 to a 9 is a mild success. You get -1 to the tier. So you're gonna take ouch 1 essentially.
Got it. Wound 1 instead of wound 2. Worth it. Thank you.
That's good. So, Aaron, the cultist that you pulled away from the water is trying to get back to the water, but he's like crawling that way.
Okay, so I'm still sweating bullets and like lying down, or not lying down, but like on my hands and knees, and I kind of like try to crouch myself and get up. And as I come back to a stand, I reach my ringed hand out, and I want to have these whispers start whispering in his head. And one of them is the same cake recipe that I was whispering in my own. But there's another voice that is telling him that he's failed. And if he wants to give himself to the deep, then he will drown in it. And essentially convince him to walk into the ocean instead of whisper at his side.
Okay.
Because that is the only way. No, that's a 4. Oh wait, I didn't do any of my things. Just
You didn't do
kidding.
any of your things.
No, I didn't do any of my things. So we're gonna use their
Just
language
gonna say,
of
look at
relay.
us go. We're on fire right now.
We're gonna use the language and the whispers. We're gonna be a bit mad, but distance. As Ellen reaches her hand out, she feels this confidence that this one has to die because this one failed. This one here. And now we'll go for it. What is that gonna put me at?
I think.
Oh wait, just kidding. That was not the one I wanted to do. That's okay. Is that convinced?
You're trying to add craziness to him, so yeah, it's gonna be change the game.
Change the game. Mild success.
So that means you get 1 juice to spend, but you can also use the juice pool that we have accumulated, sitting at 5 juice, to add to his already. So essentially, you're adding the same status that he has. The way that works, he's sitting at madness 3. If you add madness 3, he goes to madness 4. If you add madness 4, he goes to madness 4. If you add minus 5, he goes to madness 5. So essentially, if you add 3 or 4, he's going to go to 4. So no point in doing 4. But if you want to do even more, you can do even more.
Well, I don't want to use much of the juice pool, so let's just bump it up with 3 juice.
You should just use
so
2.
With the 1 that I generated, and then 2 from the pool.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so that will bring your total up to 3 power. So you're gonna up their madness. You're gonna add another madness 3, which bumps their madness 3 existing to madness 4. So they're gonna start screaming. I don't even like cake. And he's going to. Yeah, he'll. I mean. So what you're doing, I forget what they call them, but they have these statuses that when you hit certain plateaus with specific statuses that change per person, they are defeated. So he's going to go crazy and run into the ocean. That's
all
one
according to plan.
One henchman down.
Cool. Well, and actually, I'm like saying the words out loud, and it's not in English. Just when that happens for the rest of the room.
Oh, you guys can all hear just a horrible cacophony of whispers get just belted out of her mouth all at once. It's probably incredibly upsetting. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a story tag out here. This room has just despair 1. So if despair comes up, if you want to use that to boost up something, this is a sad room now. This is upsetting. I feel like for streaming reasons, that guy didn't off himself. He's just swimming.
He swam to an island and found peace.
He's sleeping with the fishes, you know.
Robinson Crusoe.
Yeah,
Testing out those brand new gills.
That's right.
Katie, would you say you're muted?
He made the great journey to Rhyolay.
There you go. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
He is awaited. Witness me. But yeah, that guy's gone. There are 3 still left in this room. One of whom is Angela. So her hands have been glowing for a second here. She's going to go ahead. She's going to let out a blast. with her hands on the obvious target, which is Bernie. Oh, no, it's going to be way worse than that. She's crazy right now. She's really angry. She's coursing with dark energy. And she's going to have a moment of non-divine inspiration. And she's going to aim her blast at Bernie. And then she's going to smile and point her hand at your sister. And she's going
Maxine hasn't had a turn this round.
Yeah.
Maxine hasn't had it.
started
Oh yeah, you did
flowing right
the
before my
interception. Well, that'll be the foreshadowing. There is a hand pointed at Bernie's sister,
All right.
with screaming black and purple energy emanating from it.
All right. Well, let's see. What I want to use fate, creating possibilities with my fear. Essentially, I want Max to basically sees what's she foresaw that foreshadowing another possible future and knew what would happen. So
you watch your sister die.
Yeah, and Max knows how much it would affect Bernie. So Max looks hard at Angela, just lets out a yell. This yell shouldn't come from the body of a little girl, actually. This is anger. This is bottled up resentment. This is fear. Pure voice that induces fear, panic. I want to add creating possibilities. Let's see here. Ease off anxiety. I'm assuming there's a lot of anxiety in this room right now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. The presence of Max, Apocalypse, here of course, and what you don't mess with my friends. You do not mess with my friends. Do not mess with Max's friends. Okay?
Because of the situation, I will not invoke any weaknesses.
No, don't invoke any weaknesses.
I don't, but you can.
Okay. And I'm gonna invoke the weakness of. Ooh, I'm gonna leave this as a group. Can't tell allies from foes or nightmares. We'll all have nightmares about this.
Nightmares.
The possible future.
Oh yeah, nightmares is good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna roll. What do I roll again?
What are you trying to do to her?
I am trying to make her basically run away in fear of gang. Apocalypse.
Okay. I mean, so you can attempt to give her a tag of like fear if you want to change the game, or this can be a purely offensive move. You can hit with all you got.
I'm gonna hit with all my got then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like an unchained moment. Let out a power shriek. You get to choose one. With your mild success, you take cover or secure a superior position. You get them good and get many of them, or get many of them. So you can affect multiple people. You control the collateral damage. You hold the target's attention, or you gain the upper hand, take one juice. So
I'm gonna get them good. Get them good.
Okay, so that means that you're going to be adding one tier to this attack that you're doing. We'll call it Terror 5.
Yeah.
5's high.
Damn.
Just for the record,
I want
5's
her to
high.
see apocalypse of what will happen if we fail.
So
The end of the world.
So she just stops. As this burst goes out the room, everything's just completely silent after that. Like the noise was scared away from this room. It is silent. and she just stands there as the power fades from her hand. And then she just starts screaming. She is going to rip her own eyes out.
Can I stop her?
You can try. I'll let you try.
I would like to just move forward and put my hands on either side of her face and lean in very close and whisper, "Are you doing a deed or fleeing from doing a deed?"
And you want to try to prevent her from ripping her eyes out.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to try and mitigate her fear. Yeah, you're trying to help someone shake off a negative effect, so that's changed the game. What are your means of doing this? Are you doing this purely with talking, or are you using a supernatural ability? I would let you know that supernatural ability would help a lot, because this is not normal. What's happening right now?
What I am actually doing is invoking the Trinity of the Baba Yagas.
Okay.
Basically, myself, Starshaya, and oh god, what's her name? Meladshaya.
Meladshaya,
yeah. Yeah. I'm sort of reaching out and calling on both of them, and the three of us are mingling our power as a coven and invoking the triad of Baba Yaga.
Absolutely. So yeah, you're using your witch magic in the triad to protect Angela from this powerful terror.
Yes.
Alrighty, you can change the game.
Okay. I am using, just so you know, pull the strings.
It's fair.
Hedge witch.
It's fair.
Leave no trace, because I am attempting to sort of not remove, but suppress the emotion of that memory and leave it behind. Power in numbers, because it's the three of us, and ritual magic, because it's the three of us.
Okay, one second. So,
And I feel like I should invoke the weakness tag, loses touch with reality, honestly.
That's fair. What does that sit you at? How many?
4.
Sit you at 4. I'm going to invoke a tag.
Okay.
Because you kind of want her to die anyways. Family obligation.
A little bit.
Family obligation. She's threatened your kid, your sister. Your heart's not completely in it. So, yeah. Okay. You'll get a +3, which is still really good. Go ahead and make that roll.
9.
Just good enough to reduce a status effect by 3.
I'm going to remove the madness, but leave the fear.
Okay, you're going to lose the madness. So you can completely lose the madness. Okay. She's still full-on terrified. But she's not crazy enough to rip out her own eyes, so that works. There was a mix going on there. Yeah, she'll stop. She'll kind of collapse on the ground. When you look into her eyes, you can actually physically see her terror, her nightmares in her eyes. And then you'll see yourself reflected in them. And maybe a glimpse of what you might become one day. So, do with that what you will.
The reflection is this haggard crone face with this, like, big gnarly nose, sparse hair, and there's over her shoulder are 2 other women who look the same. and you just see these, and the figures kind of move together and blend into one, and one will come out and then it'll move in and the other. It's like these ever shifting trio of classic looking witches.
Yeah, like Macbeth witches. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
How
about tradition?
I do like. I also I like the classics. The image makes it very clear that this thing that you're looking at no longer has any semblance of who you are as a person. So just, that's a little bit of your nightmare kind of coming up. But yeah, with her collapsed on the ground, with Angela collapsed on the ground, the rest of them sort of lay about, nursing their madness. And there's only 2 more left. One of them almost... No. Are either of them hurt? I mean, they're all crazy. So, because their ringleader's gone, they don't have what it takes to really continue this fight. I'm going to go ahead and call it on that. They're going to put down their... They're going to go, like, in the corner and, like, draw, like, obscene pictures or something. They're going to do something weird.
You think about what you did today.
Yeah.
Cake.
As you all sit in this cave, having saved the sister and interrupted the ritual, you haven't fully finished learning what is going on at the school, but there's definitely something. In order to find out, though, everyone's going to have to tune back in next week. Before we go, we're going to go ahead and do what everyone does at the end of a City of Mist game. We're going to go ahead and geek out during the credits. So, this is the part while the credits roll where you guys discuss kind of aspects of the game that we just played. And each of you can answer between 0 and 3 of the questions on the list. Who would like to go first?
Do we have a copy of the list?
It is in the Roll20 right now. Gary put it up.
Yeah.
So the questions are, how has the crew grown this session? Which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? And which of your themes is under the most strain? If it collapses, what new aspect will show up in its place? So those are the 3 questions. You can answer all or none or anywhere in between. And whoever wants to go first. I don't want to put anyone on the spot,
I'll go first. So how has the crew grown this session? I feel like we found a challenge that gave us an opportunity to each play a role that we were well suited for as our characters. Everybody shone at one point or another tonight in respect to their mythos, and I feel like this is a good example of us clicking together as a group as a whole. Which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? Gotta go with Timmy. This was the first time that I've gotten to do kind of one-on-one with y'all, and now I got to do my one-on-one with Timmy, and it was delightful. I love the interplay. It's just so much fun. And which of your themes is under the most strain? If it collapses, what new aspect will show up in its place? Oh, wait. Am I supposed to...
You don't have to answer all 3 if you feel like it doesn't pertain, but you can if there's something that sticks out for you.
If you feel like your character's... So the last one, the point of that is kind of like to help me and you plan for what happens when you lose your theme card, because it will be replaced with the flip side. So if you feel like that's something that might happen soon, you can answer it, but you don't have to.
I don't know if I'm looking at this right. So, like, would this be, like, my routine?
It could be a routine. So, as certain things happen in the game, you can mark cracks in your themes when you neglect when your job gets in the way of something, you can mark a crack on it. When you neglect your family, you can mark a crack on there. And when you fill up 3 cracks, that theme goes away. If it is a logos, it becomes a mythos. If it is a mythos, it becomes a logos. And that is the interplay of the balance between your human side and the mythos that you embody. And so, yeah.
In that case, I think there's a crack in her "I'm the boss" routine. She is falling a little too far into the mystical aspect of who she is, and I feel like she's maintaining a very tenuous grip on her professional life, basically.
That's fair. Go ahead. Yeah, you can mark a crack on there, and then you don't have to, but if you want to, on the flip side, so the cards do flip. You can write like your concept for what mythos would replace that logos in the future. It's not going to happen now, but just so that like you have an idea in case it happens during play. But yeah, and then the other things that you did, so you can add a help or hurt point specifically for Timmy, because that's the most meaningful interaction you had. It's up to you.
He's getting
help point, excellent. So yeah, you add a help point for Timmy. You can use that to aid specifically Timmy in the future, which I think is really cool. And then the last one you did, your answer for the crew growth was great. So you get to choose. You can either recover the burnt crew tag, which I believe you guys used ritual casting, or you can add a attention on a crew theme. But this is the only way that you can recover crew theme tags, I think.
I will go ahead and restore the ritual tag.
Sounds good. So everybody on all of your crew tags, you can now unburn that tag. Good. No, that was good. That was a good geeking out. Well done, Katie.
This group.
I'm glad, we're very happy that you enjoy it. We enjoy having you for sure. The three of you, would you?
Will do the same thing. I think the crew has grown in this session. This is the first time that we've all fought side by side. You know, this is the first time we've gotten tactical and gone badass, and it was really cool to see everybody's different abilities. With Maxine stopping time and space with horror and fear, and with Bernadine putting a level 4 or level 5 madness on every one of the cultists. There were some dope moments. I did the thing where I gorilla smashed down a shield. Then Maxine used literally every single point of juice and skills that she had to give me a modicum of success. So I think there was a lot of really important tactical moments there for the team.
No one sprouted tentacles.
Yes, tentacles. There were tentacles that attacked people that fell into nasty ash on the floor.
Yeah, there's a lot of good character development and growth for Ellen, definitely. Glad to see your mythos.
When we get back, by the way, because...
Yeah.
And since we already recovered our burnt tag, I'll mark an attention on crew theme for that.
Sounds good.
Which character had the most meaningful interaction? I was going to say the exact same thing, that it would have been Bernadine in the school when we were walking around, just befuddling that guard with absolute nonsense, looking for our backpacks. And then, of course, she taps into his mind and confuses him further, scares the crap out of him, and he leaves us alone. So right up our alley of I throw a handful of dumb and then somebody else smooths it over and gets us through the scene. So thank you, Katie, for that. As a good scene with Bernadine, and I add 1 help point to her for that. Finally, which of my themes is under the most pressure? I'm actually starting to feel like my turf theme is under pressure. I have turf the bridge, and we're 5 sessions in, and I have yet to really do bridge stuff. So I flipped the bridge card over and said losing my turf means that I'll have to work elsewhere, maybe the main office, giving me less access to my bridge skills, but maybe more office information because I've been away from the bridge a lot.
Okay.
Nice. I can go next.
Absolutely.
So, I would essentially be repeating everyone else. I don't feel like we should necessarily mark another attention tag for the crew. But yeah, seeing everybody's mythos kind of pop out and actually having that moment where we had to stand up for each other in like a dangerous scenario. Yeah, that was really cool. And does mark a really important moment for like each character as individuals, but our group as a whole for sure. It's worth the third mention, definitely. But otherwise, Ellen's objective perspective is definitely shattering to nothingness at this point, especially as, like you said, her mythos coming out in a really visceral way. It's definitely changing a lot of her sense of reality. To such a point where the mythos may be more prevalent than ever before.
Okay. Do you have any idea what you would replace your objective perspective with?
So sort of just more of that eldritch power kind of coming out in the most basic sense. I haven't quite narrowed it down, but we'll talk about it.
We'll workshop it, yeah. No problem. And last but not least, Max.
Hey, yeah. Well, the first one is how the crew has grown this session. I'm going to be number 4 and adding pretty much what everybody has already said. We've grown by trial by fire, essentially. We've gotten to know each other's more, honestly, at this point, mystical side of our abilities. So yeah, I guess we're at another attention. I think we're up. We haven't really upgraded our crew themes at all. I think we have 3 upgrades now at this point.
I believe you're sitting on 2.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll definitely need to do those.
Yeah. For which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character's session? I'm actually going to throw that out to Timmy, actually. The first is with the whole, the school slushy thing. They have a little walk down the nostalgia lane. And also, I want to say this would quite possibly be one of the futures where Timmy has fallen, most likely. And yeah. So Max is really happy that she's able to vent this, I guess you could say, in Doctor Who terms, fixed point in time. I'm gonna give him a little help.
Yeah, give Timmy a help point. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, are you gonna be answering the third question?
No, because I think I've been, going kind of across the board on it. I try to hit every single one this session.
Yeah, pretty much. Yours are very focused on the task at hand. So yeah, it makes sense. I don't disagree with that. But yeah, so that was called Geeking Out during the credits. That is something that is built in the City of Mist. It is actually an important mechanic to do for growth and healing and stuff. It's a whole thing. If you ever play, don't skip it. And also, as we found out last session, do not skip montages. Montages are great. But we don't have time for that right now. That's it for City of Mist episode 5, I believe. Tune in next week to see where this leads and what more crazy things are going to happen. I have been the Game Master Johannanan.
It's me, Casualty CDG, co-host of Fresh Out the Box and Fresh Out the Podcast. That's where Jahan and I and our friend Drew talk about movies, streaming shows, video games, and other things that we like. We all went and saw Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, so our brand new episode just dropped this morning. So if you saw Ant-Man or plan to see Ant-Man, you can come listen to our takes. The first half is spoiler-free, the second half is not. Not at all. So we got a little bit for everybody. So check out Fresh Out the Podcast. Tell your friends, your family, anyone who saw Ant-Man who has opinions, Tell them to check out Fresh Out the Podcast, available where all podcasts are available. We have 75 episodes now. It's like a real podcast, and real people like it. It's for boys and girls and everyone else, and it's for your grandparents, and it's for babies, and it's for everyone. It's approved, and it's rated R. It's rated R for our language, so maybe it's not for your babies. If you like tabletop role-playing games, you can find Jahan and I every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday playing games, talking to people, reading rules. Sometimes we're painting minis and just hanging out. We're just doing tabletop stuff. So come by, spend your time at Fresh Out the Box. We love you guys so much. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you on the next thing.
Hey, Gary, is your podcast for my non-existent dog?
Yes, your dog can listen to the podcast while you're away at work, and then make sure to give it a 5-star review when you come back, or have your dog do it.
Mm-hmm. Give your dog their own account so they can do it. You know, they deserve their respect.
Then you can listen with twice as many accounts.
That's true, at the same time, preferably. Or actually, you could put one account on Fresh Out the Box and another account on the Adventure Slang podcast, where I, Aaron Baumier, will be co-hosting with Ty in the Adventure Slang Productions. We will be talking about TTRPG stuff. We got other people in the industry, or the community, and the industry, if you will. Actually, next week, we are interviewing Dr. Megan O'Connell, who uses TTRPGs in a psychology setting, which is really cool.
She is amazing, and I love her, and tell her I said hi if you haven't done the interview already.
I will, yes. It's happening really soon, so that's going to be cool. Yeah, and beside that, you can check out adventuresling.com to see the TTRPG Neo Varden that we are producing. It's an original setting. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's super cool, and it came out of a dream, so check it out. And that's what I got to say.
Thank you for tuning in, y'all. I am Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie. You can find me on all the socials at Goblin Katie. You can catch me on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/ElderIENT as I appear on the D4 stream playing Seisha Valispard, who is a Vengeance Paladin and Inquisitive Rogue. It's an interesting combination. But the game is kind of a Call of Cthulhu meets Faerun, and it is an absolute blast. You can also catch me on Twitter, where I do a lot of musing and stuff like that. I post regularly about Take This, which is an organization that promotes mental health awareness and support within the gaming space. And I am the executive manager for Jasper's Game Day, which is a charity that raises money for suicide prevention and awareness. So come on by, check it out, and say hi when you do.
Hey everybody, I am Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is usually at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. Or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, like my YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure, where we're doing a new series where it's kind of like a Rorschach test, but with TTRPG memes, and we're gonna get a new episode up, I believe by the end of this week. So yeah. Oh, and another thing is, I'm going to try to start streaming, and only on my own channel. Probably, I'm gonna try around this weekend. We'll see, at least a test stream. And my streaming schedule, though, is right now, the Wednesdays I'm here at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for City of Mist, and then Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Toyzilla Network for Toyzilla Live, where we talk about toy news. And then every other Friday, I'm coming back right here for Modern Age, where it's kind of like that toy line, Mighty Max, and it's a lot of fun. You should check it out. Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching. Shout out to Troy from Green Ronin, and yeah, thank you everybody. Make sure to check out Adventure Slang. Make sure to check out everything Goblin Katie's doing. It all sounds amazing. Make sure to check out Mr. Kapow and all that he endeavors. Much content coming out of these people here. So go look at it. And thank you for watching. This has been City of Mist. Have a good night and stay fresh.